What's good, YouTube? It's your main man, AB the Hero, back again with another video. And in today's video, we're watching Magic Johnson, the greatest point guard ever, Stephen A. Smith, one of the biggest media personalities ever, and Max Kellerman and Molly Qerim kind of debate over Lonzo Ball and his impact on the game of basketball, his skill set, and all of that jazz, right? And so this is an important one for us to watch, and this is a real reaction. I have not seen this video yet, so let's get it. To me, this is a interesting video because last season, after the bubble, after the way Lonzo ended the regular season and the way he played in the bubble, I felt like New Orleans were going to make the deal. Like, they had to trade him. They had to figure something out, right? This season, he comes in and is hooping, and has been in trade talks for a minute, right? And so he is such a polarizing figure at this point because there are some guys who are like, yo, Lonzo Ball is trash. Then there's other folks like, yo, Lonzo Ball is Jesus Shuttlesworth, who is just stuck in New Orleans, right? And I think that Lonzo Ball, to me, is one of those guys who needs the system to be built for him, to be, this is you, Lonzo. You get to run this ship and you get to do that. And I think that, so I have advocated for him to get out of there because the system in which Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson thrives is probably not the system that an NBA coach would choose to also allow Lonzo Ball to thrive, right? So if you think we're going to get the most we can out of Zion, what does that look like? The most we can out of Brandon Ingram, what does that look like? It's probably not the most we can get out of Lonzo Ball. So that's where I stand at. So it's interesting to hear Magic Johnson, who drafted Lonzo Ball second overall, who had him when he was young and a pup and all of that jazz, really still feel solid in that decision and go to bat and argue with Stephen A. Smith over it. And let's watch this video. Appreciate y'all subbing to the channel, hitting the notification bell. You know I appreciate it, man. We've been growing. The channel has. We almost 11,000 sub mark. 100 subs away, so I appreciate y'all for getting us there. Now let's get into the video. All right.
He's gotten better offensively. If he went to the Apple with that pressure and how LaMelo
and Magic Johnson has consistently been saying in the other clips of this that he wanted to see Lonzo go to play in New York, the Big Apple, which I'm all for that, right? I think that everybody says, you know, that's a major market, it's the media and all, that's where you go to blow up at, and which is so funny to me because I feel like nobody ever talks about the Knicks. They actually having a decent season and it seems like nobody cares.
Melo is playing, I think he gonna take this game to a whole nother.
I also think that it's funny because a lot of times people credit Lonzo's re-emergence right now and the success that he's having as because of LaMelo pushing him. LaMelo's playing so good and aggressive that it's causing Lonzo, he's fighting to not be overshadowed by his little brother and is elevating his game. So it's just so funny how folks give LaMelo that credit.
The pressure of Tinseltown and the bright lights with John this court side was one of the reasons he wasn't looking so great in LA.
No, let's be
That's not true.
honest. When LeBron got hurt, Magic, tell him, when LeBron got hurt, actually the team was still functioning until Lonzo went out. That's when it fell apart.
That's a fact.
I'm trying to tell Stephen A. He's looking at the offensive numbers too much. Yes, Darren Fox is going to always score more than Lonzo Ball. That is not Lonzo's role. It's to score. But his all-around game is just as good as Darren Fox's all-around game.
I got him. See, man.
I think that is the thing that I have always preached when it came to Lonzo Ball, right? When folks decided they wanted to draft Lonzo Ball and they were arguing whether he was the #1 pick, 2 or 3 or whatever, nobody ever said, yo, he's gonna be a 50-point scorer, 30-point scorer a night. they always talked about the culture shift that he brings, right? They always talked about the pace at which he plays. They talked about the leadership capability. When Magic Johnson had that press conference and he talked about hopefully Lonzo seeing his name in the rafters, he talked about him needing a leader on that team to take him to the next level, which made sense because he just got off a squad or just got off having a team with D'Angelo Russell as your point guard, and we all see what type of character he coming with these days. And so bringing Lonzo Ball in, a guy who has led teams to championships or into winning seasons, that's what the Lakers were hoping they were going to get. And it's tough to say whether or not they got it, because then you bring in LeBron James, who then is the de facto leader no matter where he goes.
Magic, here's the deal. Because when Magic, even though Magic could slow the ball up and what have you, what was Magic? What did Magic personify? Showtime. Magic could pass. Magic's greatest pass in NBA history, greatest point guard in NBA history. But you fueled an offense. You didn't benefit from dudes playing the right way and just, oh, okay, as a result, I'll get mine. No, you fueled it. You were the straw that stirred the cup. That's what we need from the point guard position. You can't tell me that's Lonzo. I respect
you, bro. What you gotta understand, Stephen A, is that is Lonzo. He stirred the cup. You just gotta give him the stir. If you got a cup in here and the stir over there and you playing this with him and you letting him touch it, but you ain't actually letting him whip it, that's what you gonna get. Give my dog the thing and let him stir the cup, and you gonna make magic happen. We seen that, and I hate to go way back here, but the only time in the NBA that they gave Lonzo Ball, here go the cup, you stir that thing, was the Summer League. And he turned Kuzma into a superstar. Not a superstar, but he made Kuzma a pro for a while. All of those dudes look good. Caruso, all of them. He put them on in that Summer League season. But since then, nobody has said, yo, Lonzo, here go the stir. And I'm hoping that that's what we get wherever he ends up going, is to a squad that is like, yo, we believe that you are going to be the guy who stirs this cup.
this game. He's not a scrub. And I'm not saying he doesn't belong in the NBA, but y'all acting like this dude is the missing piece, like the second coming or something. What's going on, Magic?
No, you got it wrong. Listen, the Knicks are building something.
Yes.
They're taking step by step by step.
I agree with that.
And you have to do that with young basketball players. Julius Randle is a young, emerging superstar, right? And so you need young guys with him. Now, Lonzo Ball already knows how to play with Julius Randle because they did that with the Lakers. So actually, it would be a
They were
good
babies.
Really?
Yeah, they were babies.
See, they just didn't know how to play. They didn't know how to work out. They didn't understand the time that they needed to put into the game. Look at what Julius did. He can now shoot from the three-point line. He couldn't do that with the Lakers, but he put the time in. That's why he made the All-Star team this year.
This is one of the things that I feel like when people evaluate talent, they always forget that people progress, that people put the time in, that in the off season, throughout the season, they're working on their deficiencies. So when you're evaluating and speculating on talent over a long period of time, you have to put in the growth perspective of these people are going to learn how to be professionals. They're going to learn how to do these nuanced things that make their game better. They're going to learn how to conserve energy here when they exert energy here, and how to really start to manipulate the game. That's one of the things that I used to see when people used to talk about Melo when he was 16, as if he wasn't ready for the NBA. And I'd be like, no, duh. He's 16 years old. You plug him up right now, you put him in the NBA at 16, you do not get what you're getting right now. It's not going to happen. You give him the trajectory that he was on and those pathways to development, and now you get what you got right now. Same thing with Julius Randle. 3 years ago, Julius Randle was not an all-star. He is one now. You take today's Julius Randle and you put him on that Lakers team. You take today's Brandon Ingram and you put him on that Lakers team. You take today's Lonzo Ball, you put him on that Lakers team, and they go into the playoffs. without LeBron James. You take today's Jordan Clarkson, and that Laker team is a dog fight. Come on now. The only person in that whole thing who you be like, you take today's Kyle Kuzma was a dog back then, and I don't know what he is right now, but that ain't on me to say, because I don't even.
This year. And so we had a lot of babies at that time. Look what Jordan Clarkson is doing now for Utah Jazz. He's going to win the Sixth Man of the Year award. The things he can do now, he couldn't do when he was with the Lakers. So guys, do improve. Hey, and the last guy, look at what happened with man, I'm thinking about his name. I'm forgetting his name. Brandon Ingram. Yeah. Brandon Ingram. Look what happened to him when he left Los Angeles. He matured, and now look, he's a.
You know what the problem is, Magic? You know what the problem is? You know what the problem is? You spoiled Stephen A. He expects every 19-year-old rookie to come out and drop 40 in the finals and be the MVP of the finals. Will you stop it? These were babies when Magic drafted them. 19, 20 years old. Not everyone's Magic Johnson.
Judge a boxing.
You hear Magic? You hear him? He said he's mad because Lonzo Ball's not Magic Johnson.
Magic, let me get to that. I'll be at Magic Johnson Enterprises to talk to you about this.
Bro, this ain't even the clip that I thought I was gonna watch. I seen one before. Let me see if I can find it.
Which one do they need? That's right. Answer the question, point guard extraordinaire. Give it to me. Kyle Lowry or Lonzo Ball for the Clippers? Which one should they get?
Well, let's put it like this. Kyle Lowry has already done that, right? He's already been a champion, so he'll know what to do in those moments, in those situations. Now, but I will tell you this: if they don't get Lonzo Ball, the New York Knicks better jump on that.
No!
Lonzo's the real
deal. Yes.
The New York Knicks. I thought you'd like that, Stephen A. That's your team.
I want a point guard that can shoot.
He's shooting 38% from three.
No.
Let me listen to Magic. Go ahead, Magic.
Stephen A., you missing the point. Julius Randle has been dominant.
Yes.
And they got some young guys who can get up and down the court. The problem is you don't have a point guard pushing that rock to create shots for the other guys. That's what Lonzo does best. He'll speed up the game. You know what the Knicks' problem is? They don't get easy baskets. They don't get easy layups. Everything is a half-court grind. If you're going to win, especially in the playoffs.
Fast forward. All right, here we go.
Was that in retrospect the right pick?
Okay, we know that.
So here we go. He is now. We skip. This is the part that we wanted to get to. He's talking De'Aaron Fox over Lonzo Ball. Let's go.
If you look at their careers, Fox has played better. I give you that. No question about it. I'm not going to take that away from De'Aaron Fox. I'm a fan of his. But at the same time, we needed a leader in not only on the court, but in the locker room. If he hadn't been hurt, 2 years in a row, he didn't play a full season. And that hurt Lonzo. He needed to play basketball, but he couldn't. So, at the same time, let's see what happens in the next 5 to 6 years. I really think he's on an upward tick. I think Lonzo is going to reach his potential. Yes, De'Aaron Fox has exploded. He's played great. Matter of fact, I was hoping he would make the All-Star team this year because he's played great. But I'm still a Lonzo Ball fan, and I'm going to tell you this. There's no guard in this league, point guard, whose basketball IQ is higher than Lonzo Ball. The IQ of Lonzo Ball is off the.
Can argue with Magic Johnson about basketball IQ.
What's wrong with you, Stephen A?
There you go. Now, Magic ain't told no lies right here. If you compare De'Aaron Fox to Lonzo Ball, De'Aaron Fox ultimately has been playing better. The Lonzo Ball ceiling, though, it seems to be more astronomical. It seems to be greater. It's the impact that Lonzo Ball can have on a team versus the impact that De'Aaron Fox can have on a team seems to be up here, right? I think that, to me, I liken the De'Aaron Fox's impact on the team to what I would a Russell Westbrook's impact on the team. Russell Westbrook is an MVP player. He is can hoop. But we've seen that if you add Russell Westbrook to your team, that doesn't necessarily mean you're winning anything. You might make it to the playoffs and you'll be great, but that don't mean that you're winning anything. Now, to the same point, we haven't seen Lonzo win anything either. However, it just feels like he could be a missing piece on a team that could pretty much go far. Let's continue to watch.
Dare you to argue with Magic Johnson about basketball point guard IQ, Stephen A. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, go, Stephen A. Try to defend yourself. Against one of the greatest
I can't do that. I can't do that. He makes valid points, okay? He makes valid points. He's Magic Johnson, damn it. But still, Magic, look, man, I'm not going to question the IQ. I know Lonzo is smart. I know that he's a pure point guard.
Do you know?
My question is, when I'm questioning your assertiveness, your aggression, and your shot, I don't need you at Madison Square Garden.
Why are you questioning your shot? He's hitting shots.
Stop it. He shoots 42% for the field. Yeah, 38% for the three-point range.
38% taking 70 in the game.
Go ahead, Magic.
Let me make this point.
The thing with Alonzo Ball is you can say 42% from the field, but the majority of his shots is three-pointers. So 42% from the field is with him taking 7 out of 9 shots a night, 7 of them is three-pointers. So your 42% is pretty much the 38% from behind the arc.
LaMelo needs two things, right? He demands, first of all, defense and a good teammate. You play hard every single night and be a good teammate. That's what Lonzo Ball brings to the table. He's one of the best at deflection in all the NBA. When he was with the Lakers, he always was in the top 5 in deflections. He's one of the solid defenders in our league. And then last but not least, Stephen A., he's gotten better offensively. If he went to the Apple with that pressure and how LaMelo is playing, I think he's going to take this game to a whole nother.
I think that, and this is the end of this video, and what I appreciate about a video like this is you have an NBA legend on the cosign. And he's not just co-signing Lonzo here, he co-signing LaMelo. So like when you talk about the brand and the Ball brothers in general, this is Magic Johnson co-signing 2 up-and-coming point guards, dudes who played his position. He giving LaMelo so much credit. He like, yo, LaMelo is so dope. He making Lonzo better just by being in the league. That's what more can you want? When we look at all of the co-signs that LaMelo has gotten throughout this, LeBron James just co-signed Lonzo and LaMelo in the same interview, and that's just, come on, man. I can't understand how people question the talent and like the potential that these young boys have. Shemaine, man, AV the Hero for the guy.
No, not peace. Plus one, triple B's. We out.
There it is.